Welcome back to week 12, the third and final hour here of tonight's Roleplay Blade session. Jeff, I have no idea what you are about to do, but I cannot wait to see you do it.
Nice. Yeah, John, I just want to charge at him recklessly and hope for it being desperate as I'm more vulnerable, but the effect here is hopefully to kill him.
Yeah, he sees you coming. He gives up on the gun. He's got the tarp off, but he hasn't dismantled the restraining bolts on the mount to get it turned around. But he gives up on that when he sees you mount and the ship rocks under your weight, and he takes out his pistol and takes careful aim. When he sees you don't have a gun, you pull the ghost killing spear off your back and rush him, and he draws a bead on you, picks his aim up towards your head, and waits for the shot to just blow your brains out as you approach. I have a devil's bargain.
Sure, I'll hear it.
So there's a moment you still have that awful feeling, the hair standing on end on the back of your neck.
Stop trying to make Leviathans happen, John. Go ahead.
As you step aboard and all those falling down next to you with the dead bodies dropping by the hatch, you hear guys shouting down below and weapons sounds, people preparing for a fight. The boat rocks, but it doesn't rock quite the way it should. You sort of feel something dive and move up towards the opposite end of the boat on the other side from where you are. And you have this moment of clarity, this sense maybe from something back home. Maybe it's a vision, maybe it's a memory. We're not sure, but you sort of see it unraveling in your mind in bullet time. If you hesitate a little in this run, you can almost picture the tentacle coming over the side towards this guy and interfering, obviously, with what he's trying to do. So if you want to sort of steel yourself, let that develop, let that vision come to pass. You can take a bonus die against this dude because he's going to have to split his attention as this tentacle comes over, but you're going to reach him at about the same time as the tentacle does. Otherwise, you can rush in and do it, and then try to get out of there before stuff goes bad.
So just to be clear, the bargain is I get 1 bonus dice at the cost of a devil's bargain costs 1 stress?
It doesn't cost any stress. Nope. What it costs is when you kill this dude, the tentacle will be there. It's coming. You can feel it. It's gonna come over the side right where this guy is standing, which is where you're gonna be standing in just a second.
So I'll then have to contest with the tentacle, is what you're saying?
Yep.
I'll take the bonus dice. Sure.
Cool.
But I'm doing the killing, is what you said. Still.
You're doing the killing.
Okay. So desperate, great.
Desperate, great. He's trying to kill you right back. And in Careless Firm's action bullet time, we see the waves break. We see the tentacle, black, oily, in the starlight, start to rise up out of the water.
Nice.
Booyah.
So I think, like I said, he steps on the boat, sees Aldo fall over, kind of smiles a little bit more about that because he's not dead. He just gives an "ow, Aldo," and then he just breaks into a huge sprint, and he's pulling out the spear, and he sees the tentacle kind of coming up behind, and there's a moment of huh, and then he just right down into his sternum with the spear.
Nice. He fires, and I think you just are able to reflex flinch away from the shot, and it misses your head, and he's like, "Fuck!" And that's when the spear takes him. Ugh! He gets pinned backwards. The light goes out of his eyes, and he slides off the end of the spear, and the tentacle rises above you. It's 15 feet out of the water, black against the black sky, but you can just it's sort of cutting out this negative space in the stars overhead.
Yeah. I rip the spear out of his chest and kind of give it a twirl that flicks the blood off of it and look up at the spear or the tentacle rather. And you can't see, nobody can see my face because I'm looking up and they can see the back of my head. But he just says, you can hear over the wave and the wind and stuff. You hear Hello. My name is Careless Firm.
There's a whispering sound in the waves. The waves are still choppy and like smacking the boats around. There's rumblings underneath, but you're out at sea. It's kind of quiet out here, more or less. A little crackling from the lightning barrier. But there is this in the watery sound. There's this susurrus happening in ancient Hadrathi, and you catch a few words, and one of the things that really stands out to you is the name Sitara.
I mean, now's a good time to flesh out a little bit of the lore for us, John, because we haven't encountered anything about Leviathans. We just know there's hunters. Like, they're demons. We believe that to be true, right? Their blood fuels society.
Right. Their blood fuels the lightning barriers and all that stuff. This is not like a Leviathan. Those things are way bigger. But it is a manifestation of a sea demon.
Okay.
Careless Firm, there are many forms that demons can take. And you know that Sitara is a sea demon.
She's a sea demon. Okay.
She is indeed. And this seems to you to be some kind, probably not her, but some kind of manifestation of her power, or a demon that is an ally of hers or under her command or something like that.
I guess what I'd ask you then too is, do we believe? Like, I don't want to start taking actions outside of what we know, but is this something that you can kill? Is it achievable to do that, or is it just like nope, you got to run or survive or whatever?
Killing it will be extremely difficult. If you could get underwater and find whatever it has for a heart or something with that spear, you might be able to kill it.
Okay, so it's just survive, endure, and dodge.
Yeah, looking at this, like maybe you could damage it really bad. The spear is magical, but yeah, killing this thing is really, really hard. Basically impossible. Yeah.
Okay. So
is it trying to take the boat down, or what is it doing?
Right now, it was coming over to maybe to consume this sailor maybe. But when Careless kills it, the tentacle sort of recoiled from the dead body and is writhing towards Careless, but it doesn't immediately attack. It's sort of like taunting him with this magical speech, and sort of announcing its presence and who sent it to send him a message, it seems. But yeah,
can we talk to it, or
maybe? I mean, can you talk to demons? Is that a thing you can do?
I mean, I don't have occultist, which is the one to consort with demons. Could I just? I mean, you could roll in a tune, or I could roll in a tune.
Yeah. You can always try that. Without occultist, it's dangerous, right? You sort of attune to its energy and hope for the best. But you're a daring protagonist. Right. So that's the type of thing you can try.
Yeah. Because I want to know what it wants. So maybe we could tell it to leave us alone for now, and we could strike a deal, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to talk to a tentacle monster.
Oh, you don't. Rune does it, but you know how to open your mind and attune to magical energies, so that you could try that and see what happens. But I can't guarantee.
That a song from a TV show?
How
do you talk to a tentacle monster?
Oh God!
Is it really unlikely, John? What she's trying. So if maybe I saw it, I could tell her not to, or something. Or is there a decent chance you could talk to it and reason with it?
Maybe, yeah. Sitara is someone that is in the Whisper's circle of strange friends. It's a being that that Rune has heard of and is remotely aware of.
Right.
Maybe you're familiar with her in some way. So it's not completely hopeless to do this, is what I'm trying to say. You have some basis for common ground or something, but it's very dangerous to do something like that, and especially you, Careless, being from where you are, a place that's a little more demon touched than the rest of the world. If you sense that she's about to do this, you would understand that it's it's an extremely dangerous thing for her to do.
Okay, I think if this makes any sense, then as she maybe perhaps considers it, Rune starts to go into her thing. I snap around and say, "No, you do not talk to anything Sitara, but especially Her tentacle beasts, he says with the tentacle behind him.
What do you do?
So I
Rune?
I like snap out of it, and I'm just like, well, what do you expect us to do?
We need to kill bear, not die to that, and then leave.
So instead of the attune, then I kind of huff like pouty teenager because he just like snapped at me, and I'm like annoyed now. Then I like put my hand out, and you see Myth like materialize under my hand because I want to send him like down the ladder before we go down there.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not gonna just jump blindly into this dark ladder thing. Yeah, so
That's perfect, because what I was about to say is Carol says this thing, he like shouts, and you hear from down below, you hear like boots moving around, like a door open and close, and people shuffling and getting in position, and someone yells. They think Careless might be yelling at them. They can't make out what he's saying. So someone from down below yells like, "Oh yeah, well why don't you come down here and see what happens, you motherfuckers?" And they're like, they've decided to just like hold their ground down there and kill you as you come in the hatch. And then the next thing that happens is Ghost Dog like comes down. So you probably hear them go, "Oh shit!" and people start.
All right. So I got to roll a 3d6 then for Myth.
Yeah, let's see how Myth performs. Like
/R 3d6. I think like that.
Yep.
Hey, look at that
Yeah,
crit.
Heyo,
God, I love Myth.
finally.
It's so good.
Hey,
holy shit!
Oh, I didn't do the K1 thing right, but whatever.
Oh my god!
this is for Myth, right?
yeah.
This is Myth.
Well, of course you rolled a crit. Myth kills everything.
Myth is
This
the murderous one, but someone was saying Myth has the most kills on the team. I don't know if that's true.
I think
but
he, yeah.
I
I
don't-
think
I would
oh
not
my god, is that
doubt it.
true?
it is possible. Yeah.
he killed like 20 people at the Lord Sucres of those like
Yeah.
husk people.
Well,
or
they
whatever.
were hollows, but still, it does count.
I mean, he still killed them.
It does count.
They're no longer existing.
Right.
I killed Jason Momoa. That's all that really matters to me. But yeah,
That's true.
Took a spear. Yeah. So I think this guy calls out like, "Come and get it," and then the next thing is them like, "Ah!" Just sound, and guns discharging and doors slamming. You hear like bolts closing. You hear like a metal, like a heavy engine room kind of door like clank shut and get wheeled close, and then you hear like someone gurgling their last
Doors.
breath, and maybe the sound of Myth like dragging a corpse like in its jaws, like shaking them back and forth. You can picture it just from the sounds. Like Myth, whoever was in the hallway waiting to ambush you got wrecked real bad, and any survivors have like buttoned themselves up in the rooms below to avoid further carnage.
So we hear like all the sounds coming up from underneath, and I just look at Careless, and I'm just like, all right, I think it's safe to go down now. I'm not going down there. Safe for one of
Yeah,
you
I
to
mean,
go down there.
when it comes back around, John, I'll go down. But I mean, you got to roll for this tentacle or something, I guess, right?
I mean, who's up now? Miss Cataby, you we owe you an action here. Everyone leaped into the fray, and you have the opportunity to do something.
So it's probably good to survey the area. Like, what are my options? Because like we've gotten rid of the people on the deck that we know of.
Yeah,
right? Or visible.
You and Aldo have not gotten a good look at this tentacle yet, which is good because unlike Careless and Rune, you're not immune to terror from these kind of things. So you haven't really taken that in yet. That it's behind the helm, behind the cabin of the bridge of the Hound. Rune and Careless have a good view of it, and they seem to be like looking at something over there. Aldo's on the ground, or not on the ground, on the deck in front of you. There's no one else living on the top deck right now.
Is that the result of his injury? Is he's incapacitated?
No. He's just down. He's like on his side on the.
He's role playing down, right?
Yeah. He can still fight.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to survey the scene and like take stock of stuff, you can, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Would that just like be to study the area or what?
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that would be good to know probably. I I recommend it. If you have that urge, you should follow that urge. It's a good idea.
All right. I
It's a
wish
good-
to follow said urge.
Yeah.
Control standard. A 6.
Wow, nice.
I'll take both sides of that spectrum.
This is the first thing you notice. I'm gonna add this clock here.
Oh, good.
What's the call?
That's supposed to be
What's the
red,
clock?
right?
It is supposed to be, yes. One moment.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
There
good.
we go. I think I'm zoomed in too far. There we go.
If you can't
So-
read that, it says ship sinking.
Oh, ship sinking.
The hound.
Interesting.
You look back at the wreckage from the lightning strike, and the back end of the boat is like 2 feet lower than it ought to be.
And I could see it taking water.
Mm-hmm.
Their boat or our boat, John?
Their boat. Their boat.
Their boat.
Oh, okay.
It's the
And
kind of,
Aldo is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
you got a 6, so you get like the full. You don't just look at it
Okay.
and go, oh, the ship is sinking. Shit. It's sinking, but it's the kind of thing that can be, it's like a slow sinking. It's not gonna like capsize and sink right now. It's gonna over the next 10 minutes maybe or something. If no one does anything about it, you're not really sure what you could do about it, but it's
How
gonna get
far are we
worse.
from land?
Quite a ways, like I don't know, 10-minute sail, something like that.
What
So
if there's magical waves pushing us toward land?
I would still got our boat. Okay,
That
man.
could potentially help. Yeah.
And Aldo, sorry, is that like, that was my big catch? I don't see any other people.
no. Also, you are aware of the demon, which you tell me how you react. It either causes you to freeze where you are and like, not forever, but like, be frozen in the moment, seeing the tentacle. Because there's another one. There's another tentacle that's curling up out of the water behind your boat, and is snaking along the deck, and like, it's got little feelers on it. It's not like an octopus tentacle. It's like a black rubbery looking hose with little mini tentacles on it, and it's feeling its way around and starting to like pry up a board here and there and reach around and try to find purchase to like tear off. The ship is damaged, right? There's like loose pipes hanging and stuff like that, and it's starting to like feel where it can break the ship and try to finish it off, basically.
So is there like, forgive my pun, a card to play here in regards to the fact of like, I have probably like at least heard stories about a lot of this shit around
Sure, you've
the
heard stories.
gambling houses?
Yeah, people are always telling crazy tales about monsters at sea and shit. Yeah.
Okay. So I immediately inform Aldo that the boat is going, and maybe I just say, and there's something else. Maybe I just like, there's pauses and like it's me stuttering, like trying to explain what it is.
Yeah.
And I just say, it's of careless and runes. Their field. It's one of those things.
And as you look over Aldo's way, because I'm laying on my back on the deck,
Oh, that's
and
right.
as
it
you
is
look
wicked.
over my way, you see like some sort of shaking. Like I'm like shaking, and then you hear
What's so damn funny?
and I kind of get up to my feet, like holding the wound. And then you hear him say, like, mostly probably to himself, just, "Ugh. They tried to get me, Belt, but they can't stop me. They can't stop me. All right. Ugh. I'm sorry. I didn't catch that, Miss Kennedy. What was it?
The other boat's sinking and there's a fucking monster eating the ship.
Well, I'll show that fucking monster. A fucking monster.
Aldo, I don't think you understand. It's like a rune Cataby monster. It's not a monster per se, like a mean guy that's done bad things. This is like a, I'm gonna fuck you up demon, like ghost monster.
Right. Well, I'll let that man know that. If you wanted to know, would you like to join me below decks? I think it's chow time.
Just kind of like look at him sort of oddly. It's like, but they don't know the boat's sinking.
Well,
I have to get him.
I think we've got some killing to do.
I
think I saw Rune's dog go down there. Now I can't let him have all the fun, can I? And I jump on down as best I can below the decks.
So as you go to do that, Aldo, you catch out of the corner of your eye, you see the tentacle that's on you, the stallion. It's snaking along the top deck. It sort of grows like water's being pumped into it. It grows in size, kind of, and undulates. It chills your heart. You just feel that frozen fear, kind of like when Careless uses his power. It sort of feels like that. And as you're starting to move, you notice out of the corner of your eye the tattoos on your fists are starting to emit their faint bluish light as this tentacle grows in size and starts to expand, and like it's starting to push parts of the stallion loose, and a bolt snaps free, and one of the deck beams buckles and snaps in the middle.
Okay. So
I see that as well.
Yeah. So
and I'm like pointing to it.
Yeah.
To Aldo, like it's eating the ship.
Yeah, and Rune is right there too. Like Careless is up towards the front of the ship, but Rune is kind of near where you guys are.
So
You're not affected by this, Anne, but the two of you guys, whatever you do next, if it isn't getting away from the tentacle, you have to roll resistance to do that. To like act of your own free will in front of this thing, you have to resist the fear that it's causing you.
Aldo and I.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, my concern is obviously that they don't know the ship is sinking, but I want to get the fuck away from the tentacle.
Okay, if you're getting the tentacle, then you don't have to roll resistance. You can just do that. That's fine.
Okay.
When we were choosing items, I selected demolition tools.
Ah, interesting. So you have crowbars.
I think we get the fuck off of this ship that's being eaten by a kraken piece of shit demon, and we just get back on our ship, blow this thing, sink it, right? And then we just get back on our ship and
let the sea take care of them.
Yes, we'll return it to the sea.
Right now the two of them, I think Miss Cataby is like moving as far away from tentacles as she can back towards the aft of the hound. Careless is about to be engaged with the tentacle. It's attacking him, and he's fighting it presumably. And you want to bust open your demolitions kit and start using it. Is that your
If
plan?
everyone's cool with that, I think we just sink it and we just give this one to the.
We're of the belief that they would die if the ship goes down. Right?
Yeah, I think
Bears
everyone's kind of not in a position to vote on it right now, but you're free to do what you want. So,
a quick question.
Yeah.
Do we know for a fact that Bear is on this ship?
Yes.
We do. Okay.
Yes. He definitely is. Goldie, Rune manipulated her. She told the truth. He's definitely on the ship. Okay.
So I just start pulling stuff out of my bag, and I just kind of yell, like they can all hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I whistle for Myth to come back up, and I can't do the whistle thing like people will do that really loud whistle. So I do that, and I'm just like, all right, boys, you might want to get off this ship because she's going to the bottom of the ocean. And I start setting stuff up, like whatever the ship kind of bomb will just blow this up.
You're kind of about to do that, and I mean, I'm sure you don't notice, but for like the third time ever, Careless stops smiling. He's like, well. Then he smiles and he turns back to the tentacle. You'll have to do.
Okay, so you're doing that.
I mean, it could not work, so we'll see.
So what we need to know is, Aldo, are you resisting your fear and doing something? Or are you fleeing with Miss Cataby and getting away from the tentacles?
Oh, as soon as I see my fucking my hands start glowing,
Yeah.
I'm going towards where they can do damage.
Go to
So
work.
I will try and resist the tentacle if I can.
You can resist. You have two choices. Your friend Careless is about to be locked in mortal combat with one of the tentacles. You could fight at his side, or you could go over to the stallion and like punch up the tentacle over there and see if you can make a difference.
I'm gonna go try and help Careless.
Okay.
What do I do?
You guys are fighting this thing, so you move forward and you see the first exchange. The tentacle like is just drifting, blocking out the starlight, and all of a sudden it whips like lightning, whoosh, and Careless dodges and it cracks the mooring where the gun is, and the heavy gun like pitches down the deck and starts rolling towards the helm. It's this big heavy metal tube. Do 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 do. And Careless brings his spear to bear. And you rush in to fight, right? So the two of you are fighting the tentacle together. So Aldo, you're gonna roll resistance. See how much stress you take to overcome your fear. Go in and fight.
Okay, what do I do?
It's resolve. Click your resolve attribute.
Okay.
It'll do it for you.
And just roll it.
Yep.
Roll it up. Hey!
Ayo.
Nice. 0.
I'm ready for this. I'm fucking good to go.
Hair. Nice.
And as I'm running towards Careless.
Oh,
Like,
chat.
no.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
This matters. Chat is bringing up a point that is very important. We need to make sure this is true.
Okay.
Chat is. You guys are confused about which ship is which in my descriptions. The tentacle is on the stallion, trying to destroy the stallion and do its last box of harm. The other tentacle is fighting Careless and Aldo.
Yeah, the black one was
So put
sucky
it simply,
trying to
Zeke.
kill
Was that clear?
our boat.
Yes.
Well,
One tentacle
what
is-
he's saying is, do you want to stop the tentacle from destroying our last boat, or do you want to help Careless?
yeah.
I
it's
have a plan. I have a plan.
One tentacle is destroying your getaway boat right now, and the other tentacle is fighting Careless.
Right.
So no one is interfering with the tentacle that's destroying your getaway boat. Is that
Which
that
one
true?
is the getaway
I don't
boat?
understand.
In my-
Hold on.
Guys,
Which one's the
in
getaway
my
boat?
years of playing D&D and stuff, when the D&D or when the DM repeats something and asks you if that's sure you want to do that, it actually means don't do what you're doing.
Let me just say it again, just so we're all on the same page.
Yes.
There are two boats. There's the stallion and the hound. The hound contains your target.
Mm-hmm.
The stallion is the boat you came in.
Yep.
One tentacle is destroying the stallion, and the other tentacle is fighting Careless.
But we're all on the hound.
You are
currently.
all on hound.
No, I
Which
thought
you are rigging
Aldo
with
and I
explosives.
were not on the Hound.
Well, because I was under the understanding
One-
that the tentacles were destroying the boat that had the target on it, the hound.
That is not
I
yet.
thought, right, I
might
thought that that's what was happening because the tentacle came up when he was fighting the dude at the front of the boat, right? So I thought it was like the tentacle was coming up to sink this boat that we're with the target on it.
There are
If
two-
that's not the case, then I don't want to blow up this boat. I thought this one was the one that was being sunk.
Okay. So there was.
Right.
We were confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it's very likely that this tentacle monster is going to destroy all the boats here. That's probably what it's going to do because it's a demon. But currently, it's one tentacle is attacking Careless and one tentacle is attacking your boat.
The stallion, right?
Yes.
That's what we're on.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So-
we just want to fight the tentacle that is attacking Jeff. Right.
If you want to kiss your boat goodbye, yes.
I mean, we still have a boat that we're
So
on.
the boat we're on, the enemy boat is sinking. It's got a timer. It will sink.
Yes.
The boat we came in on has one last health tick before it is destroyed. The tentacle that is attacking that boat, if left unimpeded, we'll do that. And then the boat that we will be left on is the one that's sinking.
Correct.
So
but we can fix it.
Aldo or John is very subtly trying to say someone should go fight the tentacle that's destroying your getaway ship.
And
Yes.
that's what you should do.
Additionally,
You said it's like
although-
impossible to stop the thing.
To kill it.
It might be. I don't know. It very likely is impossible. But if
Okay.
the next thing that happens is one tentacle does the last point of damage to the stallion and starts dragging it, and the other tentacle attacks Careless. Those are the next two actions that are occurring.
Okay. Who can make a move currently?
I think everyone's free to act. Well, Miss Cataby isn't unless she resists her fear. But everyone else is currently free to act.
Cool.
My character doesn't know our boat is under attack. He
Right.
only knows the tentacle is right there with him.
In your face, yeah. You're
That's
busy.
pretty distracting. Yeah.
No, that's exactly why I am running to Careless. It's not necessarily to fight the fucking tentacle monster. It's to get him the fuck out of here and back on our boat.
Sorry, although you literally watched this tentacle fuck up our ship.
No,
I
because I haven't acted yet.
no, like John, you were mentioning the like tentacle
It's-
coming through the stallion.
Yes, it is on
Why
board.
would Aldo be like, "Oh, it's fucking up our ship. Let me run to the other ship."
In the heat
I
of the
can see
moment.
it. He's
who knows?
saying because I'm on the other ship, so he wants me to come back and help him and get off or something. Maybe.
I'm
Okay.
trying to save Careless, is why.
Yeah, that's perfectly valid.
Go for it.
If
Because I
that,
still have an action.
okay,
Don't forget about Rune.
we
She
all
has ideas.
understand, and now everyone can do what they want to do. So, Anne, you're changing what you're doing. You're not getting your demolition kit, presumably. Anymore.
Yes, because I did not realize which ship was being sunk actively by the tentacle.
So now that we've got that sorted out, what new action are you taking? How
I'm gonna try the lightning thing again
Ah,
because I want to die.
okay.
Uh,
So
I would
Aldo
love.
runs past you towards the front of the boat. Miss
Uh-huh.
Cataby takes cover, Marcus, unless you tell me otherwise. You get away from all tentacles so they can't.
Yes.
And then Rune summons lightning again.
Only this time successfully. Probably. We'll see.
So
I
you're
hope so.
you're taking 2 stress.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna roll a tune.
Yeah.
You are channeling lightning into the tentacle on board the stallion currently.
Yes, the one that is trying to sink the ship we rode in on.
Gotcha. And are you trying to like channel so much energy that you can destroy a demon tentacle? Or are you trying to blast it so it lets go of your boat?
The second one.
Okay.
I don't necessarily care about destroying it. I just want it to not sink our boat.
So it doesn't have to be desperate where you're risking like blowing up the ship and taking fatal harm and all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
It can be
Yeah.
a risky roll where
Yeah.
you do just enough to like maybe zap
I
it
want to
off.
deter it. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
sounds risky, and I think it's limited effect, right? Like you're that's all you need. You need to just make it let go.
Mhm.
You're not trying to actually hurt the thing or do anything like that.
Okay.
So you get your attune roll and you pushed yourself, you get a bonus die, or you can push to higher effect if you want. You could try to inflict some harm on the thing.
I'm going to do bonus die.
Yeah, that seems like the smarter thing to do here.
And you do get the desperate experience in.
Nope.
It's risky, not
No, because I already have.
Yes.
No, because I'm not trying to kill the thing. I'm not trying to like really damage it. I'm just trying to get it to let go.
And,
Because I'm
and
already at 7 stress right now, so I only have 2 until I take trauma.
yeah, and
so-
the downside of lightning typically is collateral damage, and if you blow the roll, you don't want to blow up the boat, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, let's not do that.
Everybody cross your fingers. A 6!
Yes.
Thank God.
There is one in
They've
there.
come.
nice. So Aldo runs up to fight with Careless, as you said, and well, and you describe it. You get to say what happens with your lightning.
I'm nervous this time. I already got struck by lightning once, like 10 minutes ago. So I'm a little bit more careful in my mental preparation. You know, I'm running through the checklist of steps of like how to channel lightning from the skies into a target. right? Because I trained for this, but I fucked it up the first time and I got hit by lightning and thrown on my ass in front of all my cool friends. So now I feel embarrassed. I have to redeem myself.
Like the instructions on a pack of ramen, like step one,
Yeah.
butter.
Boil water, right? So I kind of like steel myself and I like, okay, like, here we go. And I like do the thing with my hands and like try and get the, like pull the lightning from the sky and like send it into the tentacle and try and hit a soft spot. Get that thing to let go.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I think it actually, it channels through the tentacle, and it doesn't seem like it's harming the tentacle exactly. That it's not flesh even. It's kind of this like oily black gooish substance. But the lightning, it like goes into the tentacle and sort of nothing happens for a moment. It's like as it's still connected, it's just disappearing into the blackness there. And then you see it manifests, it goes to ground out of all the little sub tentacles that are part of the thing that are spider webbing across your ship. All of those get like burned to ash. They all like all disintegrate as the lightning comes out. And the tentacle, all the little graspers were like driving wedges between the boards and trying to pull the ship apart. So when those turn to ash, the big tentacle sort of slides free because it's not attached anymore. It slides free back into the water and disappears into the inky, into the water below.
Thank God.
Your ship sort of rights itself. Loose bolts and bits of wood roll around on the deck. Sweet. You've given everyone an opportunity here. You guys can fight. Ms. Cataby, you're like free to do stuff now because you're not cowering because the tentacle's out of your line of sight. But let's do the fight with you guys first. So same thing as I said before. Careless is like sparring back and forth with this thing.
Yeah.
You guys jump in.
And I'm running and yelling, Careless! Careless! As I get up there. This boat is done for. It's sinking. We gotta get back to our boat right now. Come on. We'll fight this later.
Tentacles are darting everywhere. Careless is like in mortal combat with this thing as you're yelling.
I think before I respond, so do you want me to make an attack roll, John, or is it attacking me, or how's that work?
Yeah, you tell me, like, do you want to engage it in combat, or are you trying to fight free and, like, get away from this thing?
I mean, I think as he says that, and with my understanding of what it is, I don't believe that I can... It's not a fight I can win, really, so I'm going to just disengage.
Here. Like, let's go,
Yeah.
Tentacle, come on. Yeah, you're good enough at this, like, you could try to, like, lure it up, get on the gunwale and, like, fight one direction, then juke it and get free to run back the other way, or however you want to get free of the thing. That could be a
Okay.
and Aldo can help.
And you said, so Anne has demolition stuff? Is that what I heard?
She has a really simple
Yes.
like wrecker pack. It's not like a huge bomb or something, but it's like
I have a nuclear warhead in my satchel.
Excellent.
I've been carrying it around this whole time.
It has like a drill, a crowbar, a stick.
Would it be two separate
like a
actions then to
dynamite.
disengage and ask her for that and try to set it up with the engine or something like that, just to make sure this boat goes down?
Oh, you want to like fight free and then run over to her and confer with her with the stuff? Yeah, I think just fighting free is the first step. Then we'll see what happens. After.
Okay. So what role is that?
You tell me. You get to choose your action here. And see finesse. I guess.
I think it's a finesse then, because I'm not actually trying to attack it or anything like that. I'm trying to get the earth away. Is it controlled risky? What is it?
So Aldo, are you helping? Are you like taking a stress and assisting? Is this a group action with you guys together? How are you involved here? What do you want to do?
You can just call my name. I'm good.
Okay. That's fine. You don't have to be like a team here. You can do it on your own if you want to, Careless. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm doing it on my own.
Okay.
He just told me the situation, which is nice. So I'm
Yeah,
now.
he's over to help you, and you're like, I got this, and you just do it on your own. So You're fighting free. You're not fighting it. It's risky. With.
Can we bump it up to desperate if I also try and make my way to Rune? Like I do a shoulder roll to Rune?
Well, so here's what I'm thinking. I think it's risky and limited because this thing is lightning quick, and just getting away from it in one deft move isn't super possible. But yes, if you want to do that, if you want to just juke it in one swift maneuver and do standard effect to escape, then that would be a desperate roll. Yeah. So desperate standard.
And I would escape in one roll.
Yeah, but you'd be risking taking harm from the tentacle. So
What level harm are we talking here about?
Fatal.
Jesus, no. I'm going to take the risky.
Are you sure?
This is not fatal, right? This one?
Risky? No, risky. You would be level 300.
Okay, I critted it.
Oh!
So.
Nice.
Nice.
How about that one action then, John? How about it?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. It's a crit. Yeah. If you there's nothing,
Yeah.
or extra bonus you want, yeah. I think you do pull it off. You juke it, and it smashes the mount where the gun was, like breaks it into is a steel plate, and it cracks the steel plate in half with the tentacle. And then you're free. Like we see you come around and like meet Aldo next to the helm, and the tentacle's next attack smashes into the front glass of the ship and like breaks through into the driver's compartment and is snapping back and forth just like inches behind you as you turn the corner. So everyone is basically together on deck of the Hound, just back from the hatch, between the midship's hatch and the busted up lightning wreckage of the back half of the ship. And Rune's there. She has her stuff in a bag, presumably still. If you
I think Aldo like says these things, and I turn, acknowledge, and then do a deft several moves to get away from these tentacles and come rolling up. And like look slightly annoyed, but like brush hair out of my face with Rune. I'm like, Rune, I believe you have a demolition kit. I really want to make sure the ship goes down. These tentacles are rather unreliable. It should get the job done, but I'm a bit of a as you understand. Can I have your bombs?
So I like reach my hand into my bag and pull out like a stick of dynamite, and I'm like, that ought to do, right? And then I hand it over to him.
He kind of looks at it. He's like, it's not perfect, Rune, but it's the best we can do for now, and that really is all that matters.
Do I have 2 sticks of dynamite?
Here's the situation. So you, Careless, you've broken free. No tentacles are attacking anyone right now. Rune hands you the dynamite. You look at your ship. There is no tentacle on your ship, on the Stallion. All of you have the opportunity right now to board the Stallion, fire its engines up to full, and go away from here as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
You may now do that. If you want to rig a stick of dynamite in a way that's like certain to blow up the second engine and fuck the ship so hard that they're doomed, then someone is going to have to do that while the tentacles do something. And maybe the rest of you can fend them off. Maybe Rune is willing to channel more lightning. I don't know. But just like
2 stress away from trauma.
Or if you want to, you can light it and just throw it in the back. We'll make a fortune roll to see what the dynamite does. Maybe it will be good. Maybe it won't.
You're 2 stress away from your first...
From trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah.
First trauma.
Your first trauma.
Join the trauma club, Anne.
Everyone else has it. We all have one.
Well, then I'll tell you
Rune
what.
is pure and innocent,
in the
okay?
game, with these options, Careless is looking at the dynamite, kind of looks back at the ship. It obviously looks pretty fucked up, John, so I still think Careless, being the cold bastard he is like, well, I would feel most comfortable blowing it up. Do you guys think you could distract the one tentacle as I do this thing? It was no problem for me to get away from it. It should be very simple.
Well, I mean, we can always kill Bear later. Do we have to? I'd rather get the hell
As
out
you
of here.
say that, he like kind of looks at his wrist that doesn't have a watch and is like, Rune, it may work for you on your timetable. For me, I like to get things done when I can and move it along. Aldo understands. Aldo, by the way, you've been shot. We need to take a look at that pretty quick. But I would like to blow up this boat. I ask again, can someone just kind of distract the tentacle for a minute?
Wait a minute. I'm not on this boat yet.
And it whips
No,
down.
yeah, we all came back to the boat, to the Stallion.
Well, no, I was waiting for like this whole thing to get resolved because before I leave the boat, I have to fucking take the anchor out of it. So
Yes,
we don't go down with it.
That is a thing you could be doing right now while they're talking. Yes.
Okay, good. That's what I will be doing. I'm fucking wrenching this fucking anchor out of this goddamn boat.
Here's what I'm hearing.
All right.
We don't want to just leave for free. We want to stick around and do one more thing while the tentacle does whatever it does. Fair?
Yeah, he's asking if someone will help.
Careless Firm is planting dynamite, and the tentacle is going to try to wreck all of you off the deck of the ship if it can. That's its goal.
John,
Yes.
quick question. Would it be, and this I just had to ask, would it be easier for me to let the anchor go so we don't like go down with the fucking boat? So this is all for nothing. Would it be easier to take the anchor out of this fucking boat or go to our boat and unravel the chain?
Detach the chain or something?
Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah, you could detach the chain. Yeah, that's a.
Which one's easier?
Right now, they're going to take the same amount of time. If you want to just leave it in, start driving away with the chain still attached, and then do it on the run.
Perfect.
That will require a roll, but that's a thing you can do.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Because I want to get back on our boat and get the fuck out of here.
Sure.
But I don't want to go down with the other ship if we're hooked to it.
So Careless is playing the dynamite. The tentacle is sweeping you onto the sea. What are the other three of you doing?
Anything I can do to assist for the situation or assist on a roll, I think, is probably the most appropriate.
Yeah.
Probably not
Yeah.
Careless,
You have
but
more of that
whatever we
insight?
decide
Does
to
it
do on the
reset
other
every
side.
hour?
No, it's per score.
Oh, okay.
But you could definitely assist Careless with the planting. That's something that you would be knowledgeable. Probably.
Great. Then that's what I will assist. I think that's the best course of action here.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Rune and Aldo, what are you guys doing? You're getting knocked into the sea. Now, so here's the thing: if no one like interferes with the tentacle and you're all doing something else, you can all make resistance rolls against getting knocked into the sea. That's a thing you can do.
Okay.
Unless somebody,
Can I like throw myth at it? I don't know how to. I don't have like a ranged weapon.
You could. Yeah, I mean, we could just see what happens when Myth tries to stop it.
Like if it touches or like it's low enough, you just like bite it.
Maybe.
Something.
I mean, we
don't
can
know.
roll and see. If
I don't
you-
have like a gun or a spear or anything, so
Yeah, a gun wouldn't really do anything.
yeah.
If you want to take the chance, I mean, Myth could get destroyed by this thing, but it could maybe interfere with it. Maybe.
I mean, I could summon him again, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
summon
from
him again.
destroyed. Yeah.
No,
just like
no.
yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll try that. I didn't want to stay, but it's if everyone's leaving the boat to go plant dynamite and stuff, then
Yeah,
we don't really have an option.
And Scatterby are going to plant dynamite, and the tentacle you
Yeah.
see raise up out of the water and like swing sideways across the deck at you guys.
And I'm fucking like,
Well, I mean, no, we're getting a little bit off. I asked if anyone's going to distract it or something, so this is the opportunity for someone to say something. We're just kind
I don't-
of jump. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying
I
to
mean, I don't
interact
have
with you.
anything to do to
Awesome.
distract it. That's why I don't know what you want me to do because I don't have weapons or anything. I don't have
okay.
foreign
I mean, you
finesse
say
to avoid
something
it.
like that. You're like, I don't have any weapons, and he's like, don't you have the lightning thing that came out of your hands?
I mean, I do. I don't want to do it again because I don't want to take trauma because I'm 2 away and I'd rather not. But I can try. I can try and do the. I can try and use myth. Let's just do that.
Okay, so you say myth or
Yeah.
something. So it's great.
Yeah.
Scatterby, you're going to help me with the bomb. Aldo, what are you doing?
I'm taking the fucking anchor out of the fucking boat so we don't go down with it. How about that? And I'm fucking like rolling chains out, trying to get it to the end of it, unhook us on our boat.
You can do that without a roll. You're not underway. You're
Okay.
strong enough to
Yeah,
do that.
Careless breaks the fourth wall and is like, I think you get that for free. What are you going to do then?
No, he doesn't get it for free. If he does it when you're underway, it's a roll, and that could be really bad if that gets fucked up. He's doing it for free right now, so
Okay.
it's worth the time to do it.
Okay. Then he says, great. Scatterby, let's go.
All right,
I follow.
let's find out if you guys have to resist being swept off deck during all of this, or if Myth makes a difference. I don't. I think Myth is very outclassed here,
Yeah.
but I think let's give Myth a die, like a 1d6, and like let's just see He's a demon dog. Maybe by jumping in the way and getting obliterated or something, it'll deflect the blow enough or something. So you guys won't be destroyed. So I think 4 or better will 1 to 5 is going to destroy Myth, but a 4 or better will actually like interfere with the tentacle enough to.
And you get +1 dice because of my leadership thing.
I'm factoring that in. I think Myth just gets 1 die here. It's so badly out.
Wow.
That's all it gets. Yeah.
Okay. It all comes down to this.
It all comes down to this.
Myth VP. Myth VP.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. The one
Dude.
die wonder.
Myth is such a fucking
Dude.
beast, by the way.
Seriously.
Oh my god. That was the scariest
Every
roll.
time.
And it wasn't
Just
even
Every time
Oh,
we need that dog to do something.
Stay at home. Myth. Go get him, boys. Good lord.
Yes.
My God.
Holy shit.
So not only Myth does not get destroyed, and it does. I think. I mean, maybe you should narrate it, Anne. It's your dog. Like, you tell us what does Myth do to stop this tentacle from sweeping everyone overboard?
I mean, he like launches himself onto the tentacle and is just like biting at everything, and you can see like the embers inside of the kind of smoky figure that is Myth just start like turning into like actual like fire. Like you can see that he's like pissed off because this thing is trying to like kill all of us. And so he's like turning into like much more fire than just smoke. And he's just like tearing the shit out of this thing and just like shaking it like all over the place, like grabbing pieces of it and like throwing it off. And then he just like,
Dude.
it like kind of goes to like lurch back up, like pull away from the boat, and he like jumps back down and is like growling at it and like, really low to the ground. Like,
yeah. He's all hunched down.
Careless, like,
Burning bits of the tentacle are
Careless
raining
is-
on the deck.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Careless is like mega impatient and obviously like way fucking stressed about time and stuff. So he's got Miss Cataby by the elbow and is walking, and he kind of looks over at the dog and looks away. Then he stops and just looks back at the dog. He's just standing there staring for a minute, and then to Miss Cataby is just like, I don't say this often, but I really fucking love that dog, and I don't even know if I can. I don't know what that is, but I might for that.
Like the most
then,
awkward smile kind of is exchanged. I don't know what to say, and then we just keep going.
Nice. You guys get over to the wrecked hull where the lightning burned through. You hear voices down below. You hear some, presumably Bear, saying like, all right, 3 of you are going to stay here. The rest of us are going to go up to the foredeck. There's a hatch up there. We can get to the gun. You can like hear him making plans. And you and Cataby like lean down and like to put the dynamite in place.
I don't have to make a roll or anything.
What do you do?
Let's make a roll to see. It's going to be a fortune roll. That I think that can be the last roll of as we roll credits for tonight. So we see you guys place it, and then we smash cut to you're on board the stallion and you're motoring sideways, turning, and the wake is splashing the hound, which is now sunk even lower in the water, and you're driving towards camera because cool guys don't look at explosions.
Right.
In the background, we see the little muffled like dun as the dynamite goes off inside the engine room, and let's see how devastating that is as you're driving.
Do you want to help with one stress or whatever?
Yeah. Well, I need to roll too, right? Or
It could
how
be-
do I help you?
You can just help.
You can burn a stress and give him a bonus die, or it can be a group action.
I'll burn. I'll burn.
So, which action are you
God
using
damn.
to place your dynamite, Jeff?
I rolled a 1, but I should have had another dice because that was the bonus dice. So let me roll one more.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Whoa.
Oh. What?
Wait. Oh, sorry. My roll 20 wasn't updating. My bad. I was like, what? Why is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and 2. We're good.
Perfect.
So I think there's just a very poopy, just like a. He's like, oh.
Yeah. So
As they drive
before,
away.
yes. So, but hang on. Before you're rolling wreck first, presumably. to place the dynamite well.
Oh, you told me to roll fortune, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna make a fortune roll based on your rec roll. Like, depending on how well you place the dynamite, that's gonna give you a pool of dice to potentially blow up the hound.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
I guess controlled then.
Yeah, controlled rec. Standard effect.
I got nothing on that. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So now you're gonna roll 1 die for your dynamite. Because
One more.
Yeah, we're just
We're gonna
forget that.
ignore this first one.
We're gonna try to do it the right
Oh,
way.
we're
You're
gonna
a
redo it.
little too quick on the draw there, Jeff.
Yeah.
So
All right, you're really nice. Now it's a
for-
5.
then
There you go.
okay, yes.
Whew.
Someday I'll finish a sentence, but not. Yeah. So it's like a partial. So the engine that's already ruined gets blown free, and you see like that the wrecked engine break free and sink, and water rush in behind it. And in the rear view mirror, so to speak, that the hatch comes open, and you see a couple of them come out with their guns drawn, like sweeping across the deck, looking for trouble, because they realize they have to get out and like try to patch this thing and deal with the problem. And the last thing we see as we go to credits is the tentacles start to rise up around the ship, wrap around the back of the boat, and drag it sideways, and they all start shooting and yelling in the distance behind you as you cruise off into the end credit.
Yay! We all almost died,
You did it.
but we did it.
You let the demons take
Only
the...
almost.
That was really close
It was close.
for like a lot of things. That was really bad.
Lots of potential fatal harm tonight.
Yeah, that was
actually.
like
Yeah.
3 or 4 of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fucking think twice before I do anything like that again. Jesus Christ.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
can
a
resist or
harrowing
die.
experience, isn't it? Makes you think twice. How much do I like this character, and how much does this team need me? That
Yeah.
is our third and final hour. We are going to do XP maybe before,
If we
or
have time, or we could do it next time. That's fine too.
okay.
We can just wrap up. That's okay.
Okay, we are going to be playing again on Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have the date right, we are going to be moving to, I think, a lot of folks' happiness, to the 19th. We're going to be moving to Sunday. Official time will be on the Twitters. I think we do have an official time. Help me.
11 a.m.
remember.
Yeah.
Thank you. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Pacific.
Pacific. Yeah.
Pacific.
1 p.m. Eastern. Or
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So don't forget about that. But before we wrap up, final words. Let's kick off again with John.
All right. Thanks, you guys. That was a fun one. It's fun to do a short session sometimes and get it kicked off real fast, and then have a real punchy action sequence like that. That was pretty badass. Thanks again to you guys for being daring scoundrels who are willing to take the desperate roles and play with fire. Dive into the deep end, as always. That's pretty great. Very entertaining for me as a GM. I really enjoy that. I'm a game designer and a GM. You can check me out at 17design.com. My free games are there. If you are into Blades in the Dark, you can get it on Drive-Thru RPG and from Evil Hat, and they're publishing the physical version of the book, which will be out soon. The PDF is on Drive-Thru now. If you can't wait, you need to go get it. Thanks again. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
And get your physical copy so you can smell it, just like.
Delicious.
Let's do Jeff. Jeff.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. It was great. It was really fun. Shout out to fucking Myth, for God's sakes.
Just
Every roll made in relation to that dog is like ridiculously clutch and amazing. So that's crazy. Usually pets in my experience, like sidekick pet things are always like a joke, and the DM or GM usually just kills them pretty quick, and it just doesn't matter. Not the case here, man.
No.
For me personally, I will be home finally and streaming. I've been traveling. It's been a long stretch of traveling, so I'm looking forward to streaming a whole bunch. They announced Dawn of War 3 is coming out at the end of April. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure and check out my Twitch. It's iNcontroLtv right there. And then I usually talk about that stuff or let people know when and where I go live on my Twitter, iNcontroLtv. And just make sure and post actively in the Q&A thread. I really like the lore and discussion around this show, and I think a lot of people do too, but I think they maybe need a little bit of prodding to jump in there. So just make sure and do that, and make sure and comment on the YouTube videos as well, and devour all things Blades in the Dark, so that one day we can get this syndicated and sell it for $100 million, and then buy real myths and ghost dogs and take over.
Thank you.
I'll put the Q&A link in chat right now.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Anne.
What's up? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks to everyone who was on the show, and JP, of course, for running everything behind the scenes. My name is AnneMunition. I am a full-time streamer, so I've been playing through Horizon Zero Dawn and Mass Effect 3 in preparation for Andromeda, which comes out in 2 weeks. I've also been playing Wildlands and Siege, and there's too many games coming out in March, so there's too many games and not enough time. I stream Tuesday. Well, what day is today? Tuesday. I stream at 2 p.m. usually every day. When Blades changes its time to earlier, I will also be streaming earlier. I'm going to change my schedule to match. Well, kind of. I'll be starting at noon, so I'll be streaming tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's the long story short. Probably going to play some Mass Effect 3 because Andromeda is coming out very, very soon. And I am like halfway through it maybe, so I need to make sure I finish that before Andromeda comes out.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Check it out. Zeke.
Yo. Ezekiel the Third here. You can just call me Zeke. I'm Variety Caster. I broadcast at noon, usually every day, except Wednesdays, because Wednesdays drop frames, which is tomorrow. We'll be doing drop frames tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. And what am I doing? Oh, after drop frames, I'm going to be continuing my playing of Banner Saga, which I am just in love with at the moment. And I'm having a lot of fun. So after drop frames, I'll be playing Banner Saga. And then I will be gone yet again because I will be at PAX East hosting on the Twitch stage with my boy djWHEAT. We're going to be on stage together. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Don't be late.
If Aldo dies, can you make a new character with that voice?
No.
Please.
I will not.
I guess I'm djWHEAT. Thanks for joining us for Blades. If you are going to be at PAX East, stop by the Twitch booth, say hi. I think we've mentioned this before, but we're going to have a new booth at PAX East.
What?
It's going to be... Oh, shit.
Dude, it's the YouTube gaming booth. It's gonna be sick.
What have you done, Wheat?
It's fucking awesome. I'll see you there. All right, I'll see you there. That's it. You can follow me on djWHEAT everywhere. So thank you for joining us for episode 12 of Blades. Don't forget, we'll be back next Tuesday, and then we will be doing Sunday shows, which I'm really excited to do. I know a lot of our European friends have said, looking forward to that time-friendly time. So you better show up. We expect you to. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Blades. Peace.